All right, we are live. Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, and we got some more work to do because it turns out you guys are so mad about this whole failure of the HPA Hearing Protection Act on the Republicans that you're melting phone lines. They are turning off their phones, and I have it on good authority that they're rather uncomfortable. Good. Do more of it. Everything will be linked in the description box below. Whatever you guys are doing, keep doing it. Express your frustration. Let them know politely how disappointed you are in their performance. And with that said, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on because the YouTube algorithm censorship platform isn't working so well. So if you guys could please hit that button, overcome the censorship attempts that they are doing upon our freedoms, I would appreciate it greatly. Everything is always linked. I always bring receipts. All right, guys. Listen, we're going to dive right in. Make sure you hear me audio, video, good stuff. I have got something that you guys wouldn't happen to remember someone named Brian, would you? Yeah, because it turns out on the Ways and Means Committee, that same committee that you guys have been calling and making sure they put out the Hearing Protection Act the right way, well, they didn't do it. And then they gave us a kiss your sister kind of option where you still don't have your rights, but at least you don't have to pay for the infringement. Who doesn't love that? I hate it. Anyway, there was a gun controller who actually voted for the assault weapons ban under Pelosi, H.R. 1808, on the Ways and Means Committee at the same time that guy Kustoff, the Republican traitor in Tennessee '08, if you're there, you get free airtime from me forever to primary him. It's weird how it's odd, isn't it? I'm going to show everything to you right now because the Retribution train is leaving the station. All right, this is part 2. All right, as you guys can see, all of the stuff that I've been posting today, we have been exchanging information back and forth today, flying on my X account at Braden LOA. Make sure you guys are over there because that is an amazing way to turn the heat up on some traitorous rhino Republicans. You guys are doing incredible work. Just keep jumping over there. All right, at Braden LOA on X. Let's get into why you guys came the secretive gun controller who walks around with an R on his name. All right, so here is a list. You guys can screenshot this if you'd like. This is NAGR. They're jumping into the fray, which I'm absolutely here for. They say our gun lobbyists on the Hill are reporting office phones are ringing off the hook with patriots, demanding full deregulation of suppressors and completely demolishing the NFA in each office they visit. Keep calling. Republican committee members are below. And I'll make sure you guys can have all those numbers right there on the screen. So I'm just going to leave that there for a second. NAGR is jumping on. You know, GOA's been very heavy on this. Guys, this is an all hands on deck, and we're all pissed. Like, flat out, we are just all pissed. There's the numbers. You can take the screenshot. Good talk. All right, let's keep going. Now, here's the one that we hit earlier today. Again, Retribution Tour 2.0. Representative David Kustoff. Now, this guy says he's pro-2A. You can see the video earlier today. GOA went ham on it. I went ham on it. Big fat 2A traitor. All right, but this is a new one has entered the arena. This one right down here. You guys recognize this name? Representative Brian Fitzpatrick. Well, if the name does not ring a bell, you need to see who's behind this one, behind his actions. And I'll jump into the comments in a second. So, Brian Fitzpatrick. Now, let's see what he's been up to. Again, you guys, the phone bank operators, report that Brian Fitzpatrick has shut down his phone lines. Keep up the pressure. Now, why would you guys target him for a phone campaign? And that's a great image. Well, it might be something to do with this. Again, remember the traitors in the room? Well, Brian Fitzpatrick, that's this guy right here on the left. Representative Brian K. Fitzpatrick. He's on something called the Problem Solvers Caucus. Now, this is the red and the blue, the Repubs and the Democrats. It's got a little bit of everything. But the bottom line is, this guy is the only Republican that is left in Congress that voted for the assault weapons ban 1808 under Nancy Pelosi. That failed. This guy right here on the left, Brian Fitzpatrick. Now, he's on the Ways and Means Committee. That's weird because I know you guys have heard that name before. Ways and Means Committee is the same committee that failed to take suppressors and the Short Act outside of the NFA in the bill they just put forward when they negotiated with themselves. That's weird. That guy's there. That must be a coincidence. I hear you guys through the camera. I'm going to let the sarcasm on real thick. Oh my goodness, look at this. Heritage Actions report on Brian Fitzpatrick. Let's just see what he's done recently. Assault weapons ban, 1808. I just told you guys about that one. The House passed H.R. 1808, the assault weapons ban. This bill prohibits the future sale of new so-called assault weapons and high-capacity magazines to civilians, with exceptions for law enforcement, including those who are retired and off-duty. The bill would also ban future civilian sales of magazines capable of holding more than 10 rounds. That's weird. Look at that. Congress member position. Wonder if he had anything to do with it. Maybe. Maybe there's something else. Oh, look, there is. The Bipartisan Safer Communities Act. He voted for that. The Bipartisan Safer Communities Act is a package of different gun control proposals stitched together with school safety and mental health provisions. As usual for Congress these days, the bill was negotiated and written by a small group of senators in secrecy, with the rest of the Congress expected to vote on the sweeping legislation just days after receiving the text. Expecting members to understand the impacts of an 80-page bill in 72 hours is irresponsible, not to mention the fact that it prevents the American people from weighing in on the package and having their voices heard. It seems to be by design, and that guy voted for that. So now you can see, as we go backwards a little bit, why NAGR is saying the phone bank operators report that Brian Fitzpatrick has shut down his phone lines. So keep doing it. Yeah, maybe that's part of it. And then he's also on the Ways and Means Committee. Oh, look, there's his number again. As long as we're polite, we can exercise our rights and call. I don't care if the phone's unplugged. Melt it. Anyway, that's his phone number. And there's more on this list we're going to get to in a second. I'm still doing more and more research, but let's get back to the fun. So let's go over here to Legislator Scorecard. Again, here's Representative Brian Fitzpatrick, Republican. He has a 29% by GOA. So there's Heritage Action. They give him a 39% in the session, 36% lifetime score. And GOA gives him a 29%. What do you think the odds are that he may or may not have been involved in this absolute abject failure going on in the gun world for the House Ways and Means Committee? Because he's one of the Republicans. Coincidences abound. Oh, hey, look, there's his number again. We'll just leave it up there for a second. But guys, this is what we're dealing with. So when we're talking about make sure you call the reps and make sure your displeasure is known in the X profiles at Braden LOA, tag me. It's fun. I'm enjoying the roasting you guys are doing. Mostly polite. Some are just plain funny, but most of them are polite. But I don't think there's anything wrong with you expressing yourself politely and efficiently to your representative of Congress. There's the list and number. Let's go to the last tab for you. So now, let me show you what he did on July 29th, 2022. So as you can see, the U.S. House passes a ban on assault weapons after a spate of gun violence. Washington. The U.S. House of Representatives on Friday passed a ban on semi-automatic firearms, the weapons used in multiple mass shootings during the last 3 months, on a near party line vote. With 217 to 213 vote, the bill, H.R. 1808, will head to the evenly divided Senate, where, by the way, it was killed and dead and never happened. Only 2 Republicans voted in favor, Brian Fitzpatrick of Pennsylvania and Chris Jacobs of New York. Now, the reason that's important, and I'll leave it highlighted, is because Chris Jacobs of New York was primaried very shortly after that for this exact same vote. The seat flipped. It didn't flip to blue. Went to another Republican. He was primaried. So the only person left in Congress on the Republican side is Brian Fitzpatrick, who had voted for H.R. 1808, which is the assault weapons bill of Nancy Pelosi. So that guy, we're going to go back now, if you're just now catching up, that guy is on the House Ways and Means Committee, which just happens to get their phone lines melted down today, as NAGR just posted. And he's on this caucus, which was tied together with voting for gun control, and he has a 39 and a 29% score from your ratings and ranking systems. Guys, target acquired. There's the number on the screen right there. As long as you're respectful and as long as you reach out and you express your displeasure, I'm going to leave that up on the screen. And the Retribution Train Part 2 is quickly concluding. Now, there's a few more things. The notifications are starting to bug me. Yep, I totally get it. It's bad. Why is that clown still in there? I don't know, Pennsylvania. Why is that clown still in there? That's a great portion. Oh, here's some insight. Fitzpatrick is from a liberal section of Pennsylvania. He was always anti-gun. He was one of the 2 GOP reps for the last AWB. See, that's why I love you guys, because you guys know all this stuff. You guys are on it. Some of the most intelligent activists on the planet, in my personal humble opinion. But I think I've made my point of leaving that phone number up there long enough, along with the rest of them. We're going to continue digging, and we will continue giving the Retribution train updates, because there's so much retribution to be had, because I'm livid, and I know you guys are too. And I will see you on my X profile, and I cannot wait to see NAGR put more of these out, because you guys are calling this guy at that number right there. Just saying, everybody's doing it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure you stay in the updates. Everything is coming at us fast and furious. You see what I did there with the ATF reference, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.